The Sharks lose 4-3 against the Ottawa Senators. It's Teal Town, USA, and we're here to break it down. You know where to find us. You know us. You love us. You can find us on the YouTube, on the Blue, on the X, on the Insta. We're everywhere. I'm joined today with AJ. Look at AJ and us doing an After Dark. This is going to be a fun show. We'll go very interesting really quick. So for the first time, the Sharks put up 37 shots and lose. Isn't it fun? Isn't it
38,
great?
yep.
38. All right, I was one off. Wasn't looking at the stats. What did you think before we get into it? What did you think of tonight's game?
I think Blackwood needs to save a fucking goal.
I agree. He faced I think the lowest season total the Sharks have put up, which is 11.
I wouldn't be surprised with 11 shots on goal tonight. That might be the lowest in all of the NHL this season.
It honestly might be. The Sharks played decently well today also. That Celebrini Macklin Zetterline was humming throughout the whole game.
I want to know from our buddy Darren Stats, what's the last time a team held another team to 11 shots on goal and lost the game? That's what I want to know.
But it was probably the Sharks knowing our luck. Or the Leafs, one of the two. All right, let's just start this off here. The first period, Adam Gaudette, who's apparently on the Sens and has 10 goals on the season, kicks us off. I think it was the first shot of the game. It was a deflected shot that makes it 1-0. Shortly after, someone, I think it was Costin, just high sticked a guy, and they score on the power play. Josh Norris, because of course Josh Norris scores against the Sharks. And it's 2-0, and the Sharks are demolishing them in shots, and it's 2-0, and Blackwood can't save a beach ball. We love the Sharks.
Sharks get the early power play, get nothing, and then Gaudette turns around, scores from Stutzle after Wallman pulls the patented starfish defensive posture. Thought we got rid of that when Burns left.
No, we'll never get rid of that because Mario Ferraro is still on the team.
I don't even get that. I don't understand why Wallman just doesn't skate into Stutzle in that moment. I don't understand why you just take your legs out and just I think I just want to have a nap for a second. I don't get that. Then a little while after that, Eklund takes a stick to the face. No call.
Oh, no, nothing was called on that. And it's clear the ref is standing right there 2 feet away and watching all this all happen, and nothing gets called.
Yeah. Then the Sharks can't get the puck out of the zone. The D gets caught high. Norris scores on a power play. And I'm like, okay, are there any other former Sharks or almost Sharks that would like to get on the score sheet tonight for Ottawa? And 2 goals on 3 shots. Quite honestly, 2 goals on 3 shots. And Ottawa finished with 4 shots on goal in the first period. Honestly, if I'm Warsofsky, I kind of hang a little bit of this on Warsofsky. He should have pulled Blackwood after the first.
I would not mind that the way this game went. Would not mind that at all.
I'm not hanging all those goals on Blackwood per se. And okay, they lost Goodrow halfway through the first and had to shuffle lines. Fine. But the fact of the matter is you allowed 2 goals on 3 shots. Your team is, look, you can't sit there and go, well, the team isn't showing up. You outshot them 12-4 in the first period, but still, I would have pulled Blackwood at that moment and been just like, hey, Chief, maybe it's not your night.
It was really not Blackwood's night. Now, granted, the defense didn't play splendidly in front of them, but the defense was all. Jake Wallman, I think, had one of his worst games in my opinion. Just kind of a rough game, but we go to the second and
well, honestly, I feel like you could all the 4 goals. I feel like you could point at 4 defensemen specifically and go, yeah, you 4 kind of responsible for that.
Yeah. Also, thank you. I'm assuming this is Puckeye pointing out that the Islanders lost to Detroit 1-0. Detroit had 11 shots on goal in that game.
Oh, Jesus.
Great.
I
Well, the
didn't
Islanders
realize it
also
was
can't score for
contagious.
shit.
Jesus. Is it catching?
The Islanders also can't score for shit. So,
Well, you know what it was is that we just needed to, that one of those. If we were playing Washington, they would have scored one for us.
for those who didn't see, Charlie Lindgren had the worst goal of the year on his own net. Anyways, moving on to the second period. Guess who got on the score sheet? Mr. Mario Ferraro.
Who?
Exactly. Who from such a nice pass by Will Smith.
But who got a really nice pass from Klim Kostin?
Who got a really nice pass from Klim Kostin, who I was going to go off on before he got that assist because I have not Kostin's game at all this season. Those two combined to get Ferraro the easiest goal of his career.
It's Smith's fourth assist in his last 6 games.
Yeah, he's been, he's gotten a lot of hate from Sharks fans, but I think he's been picking it up lately.
I think he's picked it up. I don't think that Warsofsky has put him in a spot to succeed a lot. No. I mean, when Chief is starting on the third line a lot of nights
with Sturm and who?
Well, it's not even that. It's like, okay, yeah, he's out there with Goodrow, and then of course Goodrow is lost after half a period, but still, it's kind of like I can understand why there is a contingent of fans saying, let's put Smith down to the Barracuda and let him play top line minutes with talented guys. Not to say that Sturm isn't talented, but we're talking about matching skill sets with skill sets. Come on. Will Smith is better. You got Cunnin on the second line, Will Smith on the third. Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think they want to try to like match him up better, but I don't think a third line checking role is good for a, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think...
Again, he has, 4 assists in 6 games. He's making the best of a bad situation. So, doff of the cap. But like, imagine if he was playing with more talented people.
Remember when he was with Celebrini and how wonderful that line was? I know they put Goodrow with him, but like still.
And if you hear Toffoli say it, like these 2 kids don't shut up. They're just constantly jabbering on the plane, on the bench, whatever. So they're constantly communicating.
Yeah. The Sharks do the inevitable and allow a first goal in the NHL for Tyler Clever. Someone correct me. Cleaver? Clevin? Oh, I thought my bad. I read an R because my cursor was covering the full. Anyways,
it was bad. It was a bad D zone turnover, and he just blew it by Blackwood. That was one that I was like, okay, look, those first couple, all right, Mackenzie, you're kind of getting hung out to dry a little bit. That one, I'm kind of like, you needed to have that one, especially on a night like tonight where seemingly everything is going by you.
Yeah. And of course, Claude Giroux gets the assist. And then we go into the third period. Blackwood's still somehow in net.
Right.
And then guess who scores? Macklin Celebrini from a nice dish from William Macklin. I don't know the Corsi for, Corsi against for that, like Eklund, Celebrini, Zetterlund line, but I thought they were on fire tonight. I thought they had a really good game, and Jake Wallman, of course, with the assist. And then guess who else gets on the board? Will Smith.
I mean, you love to see Celebrini and then Smith scoring after that. I mean, it works out perfectly. And stick tap to Sharks last. It says evidently Hockey Jerk was spotted at the game tonight.
Yeah.
So appreciate that. I'm sure Chief is in town for the Turkey Day thing. I wonder if Chief might even pick up the game on Friday. Wouldn't surprise me.
12:30 start versus Seattle.
Yeah.
But no, it's nice to see. I think Celebrini now has 7 goals and something crazy. He has 7 goals on the season. He has probably 6 points and God knows how many games ever.
No, it's 7 goals in 13 games.
Is that good?
I feel like that's probably good. And then I was pulling some numbers going into this one that he's only played half as many games as pretty much everybody else on the
rookies?
Team.
And all the other rookies.
Not all the other rookies, like most of the team.
Yeah.
And if you were to prorate there's nobody on this team that has more than 9 goals, right? So like Granny's got 9.
That's yeah.
Yeah, and so but they've all done that in 24 games. Chief has 7 goals now in 13 games, or just say 6 and 12. Like prorate that. So that's I want to say 12 in 24 games. That's pretty fucking good.
He should definitely be in the conversation for the Calder.
Oh, he already is.
He should be getting a little bit more.
He'll get there. He's got to play more game. Again,
yeah.
12 tonight was his 13th game, but you've got Toffoli with 16 points, 9 goals in 24 games.
The kid might be good.
Yeah, and you look at it, and Granlund had been killing it. He's the only guy who's averaging over a point per game played. And okay, so let's if Celebrini can stay healthy, let's revisit these numbers at the halfway point.
Thank you, Puck Guy, for the quotes from Luke Cunnan, everyone's favorite. Mistakes cost us for a while there in the third. We were going well. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, so I forgot to mention this. The Sens, we'll get there, but the Sens literally scored on their first shot of the third period. They were stuck at 10 shots for basically the entire third period up until like 50. I think the time was like 15:48. They scored or something like that. I literally have it pulled up right in front of me.
So yeah, they didn't get a fucking shot on goal for 15 minutes, and then when they did, they lulled Blackwood to sleep.
That's basically what the Sens did, and it was, of course, Adam Gaudet's second. This guy has 11 goals on the season. That's what happens.
And another assist by Stutzle.
Of course,
Stutzle had a 3-point night, by the way, 3 apples.
Yeah, of course he did.
The guy that the Sharks, the guy that he should be on the Sharks.
Yeah, who else should be on the Sharks?
I want to say Norris.
Yeah, Norris.
Okay. What is this? A lot of looks, close to 40 shots. We got to capitalize on a few more chances and limit those mistakes. See this? Oh, and that's Cunnin. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? See, I'm looking at this. It's like mistakes cost us. We got to limit those mistakes.
Sounds
we have
like
to capitalize. Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for. I already put it on Twitter. I'm like, okay, we're going to get the "we shot ourselves in the foot tonight" thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait a minute. I'd add more, but I had to get that Toyota. Yeah, of course. I love that. He did this. He did that. And now a word from Toyota.
Oh my god. Yeah, and Celebrini and Smith scoring is always worth every penny watching. Yeah, I agree.
Well, let's just talk about the Celebrini thing for a second. I mean, dude, first off, dude continues to score, wins the face-off, gets it back to Wallman, fires the shot. Eklund, where you're supposed to be, right in front of the crease, collects the rebound, finds the open Macklin, who, of course, after the face-off, goes to where he's supposed to be. Boom. Like, I'm kind of like, yes, that's how you fucking do it. Like, can we show this to the other guys on the team?
Yeah. Also, shout out to Macklin for getting hit in the face with a puck, coming back to the bench with a bloody ass mouth.
My boy.
Caught hit in the face with a puck, goes out, wins the face-off against Claude Giroux for the Sharks to get the puck during the last minute and 30. Macklin's got better at face-offs just from this. He's won some crucial draws.
Huge. I'm assuming that is something that Ricci's working on him with, but yeah, because he was horrific very early on.
That's what you kind of expect from a 18-year-old in the league. Bedard didn't win his first face-off until 40 minutes into a game or some crazy shit like that. So you expect that, but it's nice to see him getting better.
Yeah. Oh, and asking if this is the first game that Smith and Celebrini have scored. Yes.
Yeah, it is the first one.
Yeah, that was great. And then Zetterlund to Will Smith, who went fucking bar down on the power play.
That was gross.
Jesus
Did you see
Christ.
the Sharks video capture of it where he's yelling right in the camera, falls down and then yells right in the camera?
I mean, solid. But then, it ends up that Gaudet tipping. And again, it's here we go again. Another 1-goal loss. Another time at home the Sharks can't hold. Well, hold on. Did the Sharks ever have a lead in this game? No, they never did.
No, they just tied it on several occasions.
But either way, it's another fucking 1-goal loss. Go and look at every loss that the Sharks have this season. Half of them they're all 1-goal losses if you throw out the empty netters. And it's, again, you get that one extra stop, you score that one extra goal. Tonight they were 1 for 2 on the power play, but 1 for 2 on the PK. It's like, if you just make that extra stop or you score that extra goal, but to sit there and look at the fucking stat sheet and be like, okay, the good news is you held them to a single shot on goal in the third. The bad news, it went in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Jerry F, thank you for the super chat. Great coverage. Happy Thanksgiving, Sharks fam. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. Hopefully you eat some delicious food. I mean, listen, like, I will say this. I'll pull up the exact stat here, but this team is way better than last year. Like, I don't think it's even.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've seen already a difference. And yes, adding Celebrini does help. Like,
it just blows me away that they fucking steamrolled a team in third place in the Pacific Division, and they kept this team to 11 shots. They're 7th in their division, but we're going to hold you to just 11 shots, but we're all going to let 4 of those fuckers in.
This is a good question. Now where do we put Granny when he's back? Would they break up this chemistry Celebrini has with the young ones?
Yeah, no, are we forgetting the chemistry that Granny, Zetter, and Eki has had? I mean,
like the Lund line?
Granny, yeah, it's the Lunderful line. It's all Lunds all the time. So, no, of course you put them back because, you know, Granlund missing these 2 games, still at the top in points.
Also, if Granlund's playing, do the Sharks get that extra? Like, is this score different? Like, maybe Blackwood still has the stinker, but...
Hey, if Granlund played on Monday, is it 10-2?
Ooh, 10-goal games. What? Yeah, maybe you put Celebrini with Toffoli where it's kind of supposed to be.
I want to see Celebrini with Toffoli and Smith, but for like the entirety of the road trip. Like, I don't want to like, well, let's just try it for a game and see. No, fuck you. You need to let things marinate. Let them cook, if you will. Give them 5 games. Let's see what we got here. You know, you got a couple paisanos, a little Celebrini, a little Toffoli. You know, you sprinkle a little thing on there, and then you make it happen and let it cook a little bit.
Can someone please make that into a reel? Whatever just happened on my screen.
But I'm saying, like, that's what we got to do. And you know, the other thing that I think needs to be called out, they reported 10,700 tickets distributed tonight. Clearly not all of them were used, which is, you know, that's the way it goes. Looked empty as fuck on TV as it has gone. But I got to say, man, how the hell is it so empty tonight? Turkey Day Eve used to be the jam at the Tank. I don't know how many times. I think on the regular back in the day, and Puck Guy will let me know. I think like the United Center in Chicago, like right around Thanksgiving, used to regularly host the circus or some shit. And so they would always come out this way this time of year. You don't know how many ticket stubs I have from going to the Tank the night before Thanksgiving, watching the Sharks play the Blackhawks, and it would be fucking packed.
I mean, to be fair, this is also probably not the most enticing matchup.
Maybe not the most enticing, but you know, there was a couple times where Sharks Blackhawks wasn't the most enticing. You know, we're talking 2008 when Sharks were steamrolling, the Hawks sucked. But you know, the Sharks, I hate to say this, you know, I don't want to beat, you know, things into the ground, but I feel like the Sharks need to do some more work into promoting this Celebrini kid. You've got national writers, guys back east who are more jacked to watch this kid than local fans. And I know you used to have a lot of marketable names and faces, Pavelski and Thornton and Couture and Marlowe and blah, 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 Burns. But like, get to it. I want to be drinking my Celebrini Bellini while eating my Celebrini weenie and wearing my Celebrini beanie. You know, and I need to have a little tiny stuffed Macklin or a teeny weeny Celebrini beanie, if you will. Like, come on, people.
All right.
I'm giving you the ideas for free. Come on.
Tony here pointing out he doesn't like Toffoli on the third line. I mean, that line's been decent, honestly.
Well, Toffoli wasn't on the third line tonight.
Well, it's technically the second line, but
with Cunnin and
it's
Wenberg.
like also the third line at the same time because they use them to shut the other team down sometimes. Also, this is hilarious. Bellinis with beanies for Celebrini.
That's what I'm saying.
Toffoli had a rough game. Toffoli's a very hot and cold player.
Yes,
Like there are times where he is on and he's like one of the best teams ever, like best teams. Jesus, one of the best players ever. And there are times when he's like off and it's very obviously off. Yeah. How about
Smith Mac duo bobble? I'm sure it's if they're not already like just saying, okay, remember that one we did where like Thornton and Burns are in a like barber chairs? Yeah, just swap the fucking face. In fact, we'll use the same ones. Just get rid of the facial hair; it'll be fine. You know,
get rid of the facial. Oh my god!
Oh, neither of these kids are going to grow facial hair for at least another 5 years. I'm not even sure that Celebrini's hit puberty yet. You look at that face.
He does have a baby face. Oh, here we go. Nope, not this is shit.
Yeah, ship them.
We can't start like that. Obviously, we bounce back from that, but it's tough when you go down like that. I mean, he's not wrong. Going down 2-0 right off the bat. Sharks have been good at coming back. I think since their first win, I read somewhere they're like tied for like they're like somewhere up there in the comebacks or something like that.
I mean, they didn't go down 2-0 right off the bat. It took them, 14 minutes to get that second one. But, in the first 5 minutes when Gaudette had that, and that's even one that I'll sit there and chalk up and go, okay, you don't like to see that, but I'm not going to put that on totally on Blackwood that this team's got to wake up. Yeah. But then the Norris goal, you just sit there and go, oh, fuck, here we fucking go. And it's a power play goal. So, I mean, fuck. Can we not with the Eurocheck speculation?
Well, that's a later thing. Lol, hey, Ecky's finally rocking some whiskers. I will say Will Sprouts. And yeah, the officials were god awful tonight.
I'm telling you, I want to go to practice and be like, okay, let me see it, boys. Hold on.
And this is where we get flagged.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, if your trade is to happen, Bordelot's probably involved. Anyways, I rest my case. And I'm not gonna. All right, we've derailed.
Well, hold on. Let's just. Okay, it was asked. Let's bring it up for a second.
Yeah, what's up?
I fucking hate all the speculative bullshit. I think it's a bunch of clickbait nonsense. But since it was asked about getting David Jiricek out of Columbus, a 21-year-old right-handed defenseman, who doesn't want that? The word around the campfire is that they want a young forward in return. And let's be honest, the Sharks have those, up to their eyeballs. You can talk about Bordelot. You can talk about Gushin. You can talk about, who just, I mean, hell, you can talk about Graf at this point.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
They have a lot of young forwards.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to make that move, go ahead and make it. But, again, it's one of those things where it's a move for the future. It's not for right now because you've already got kind of a clogged blue line and it's about to get, a little more tight with Vlasic coming back during this road trip. So I'm assuming Thompson and Thrun are going down if Vlasic's making a comeback. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, who doesn't want a right-handed D who's 21, and has some upside? I mean, I'd make that move if again, the Sharks I feel like have some forwards in spades. Like, can you suck Columbus into taking Bordelot?
and a second round pick, maybe.
Yeah,
Because we
maybe.
we have to remember here, Yurchik was the 2022 6th overall pick. So he was high up there and he was highly like thought
Yeah, it
after.
means fuck all though, because it's like you haven't, you haven't done anything. Where was Mirko Mueller taken? you know,
Yeah. From Eklund, I think we were a better team today. Obviously nothing showing on the scoreboard. If your goalie could save a puck and your defense could play defense, yep.
Whoa, did Warsawski actually say this?
Wait, did Warsawski actually say tonight was shitty? Puck guy?
Yeah, did he actually say that? Like, did he get bleeped or anything like that? I know the NBCS, oh, okay, so yes, they're saying that yes, he did say it. Because I know, if NBCSN can't afford Brody, they certainly can't afford somebody that's sitting there on the button. Yeah,
Also,
Patrick, I get it. You're a chick picked 6th overall. Good for him. The dude, you know who was picked number 1 overall? Who's that cat that completely flamed out?
you mean Yakupov? And not Yakupov. Was it?
Well,
Neil
Yakupov was a top pick. I don't believe he was the number 1, but there's a number 1 that it's well known, like in the last 15 years or whatever, who completely shit the bed. So anyway, it's like I hear that, oh, well, he was taken number 6 overall. That I don't. Yes, no. Was it Alexei Yashin? I can't remember.
I think
Either way, the fact of the matter is, I don't give a shit where anybody was taken, because look at where Joe Pavelski was taken. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Again, so your isn't 21 a little. Defensemen typically go into their prime a little later than forwards.
Oh, they got to cook.
They cook a little. So with defensemen, it'll always take more time, but you also don't necessarily want to rush defensemen. Because rushing defensemen can end really badly.
It was Yakupov? I swear to God there was.
I think it was Yakupov, yeah.
Okay, but I swear to God there was a different one as well. I have to go through that. Something that I'll have to put together for the Pucknologist this Sunday. But yeah. Anyway, look, this is
But the Columbus Blue Jackets, real quick, for those of you people saying they're going to get Musty or Dickinson, I didn't see Dickinson, but I'm just saying they're not going to get one of those like A-level prospects. That's not what the Sharks should be giving up for Yurchik. I like Yurchik. I'm not willing to give up a Quentin Musty. Now, will this backfire on me 20 years from now? Maybe.
No, I'm right with you. It's like Gushin in a third, sure, absolutely. I will absolutely give them boards or Gushin or Graf or whatever and a lottery ticket. Absolutely. I'll cough over that. And because it's similar to who did we trade Merkley for?
I don't. Oh my God, who was that guy? Oh fuck,
it was problem for problem.
Martin Cow. That's
there you go. Yeah. And if memory serves, I think the Sharks still have his rights.
He does. He actually, I was just looking at Elite Prospects to talk some prospects, but
there you go. So, like, if you want to try to find, I don't want to say problem for problem, but I'm just saying I would fucking.
Martin Kaut actually has 12 goals in the Czechia League right now and 8 assists for 20 points. Another Sharks legend, Alexander Shimolovsky in the KHL. 28 games played, 13 goals, 10 assists, 23 points. Nice. No, yeah, I mean, so yeah, we'll see what happens with Yurchik again. This feels like, well, again, I don't want to speculate too much, but if they're willing to give Bordeleau and maybe a second round pick, and before everyone comes at me with trading Bordeleau, tell me where he fits into the future and get back to me. And if you have a valid answer, I'll stop trying to trade Thomas Bordeleau.
Well, and again, I still go to, for other people like, oh, he was the 6th. Well, there was a lot of guys who were 6th that did nothing. And again, I point at Joe Pavelski and say, where was he taking it? And look what he's done. So
yeah.
What do we got here? We played some good hockey. Got to be smarter in some scenarios, which we're learning. So Warsawski saying the same thing that he said 10 games ago. So
I mean, he has a point. Okay, so I do get what Warsaw is saying here, but again, like
I understand the words that he's saying. I'm tired of hearing these same words after every game.
Yeah, but what else is he supposed to say? My defense
Yeah,
is trash and my goaltender couldn't save a puck?
I mean, if that's the honest assessment, I mean, I felt like we got a lot more honesty out of David Quinn. Warsaw, to be quite honest, and I mentioned this last Sunday on Pucknologist, some of his answers are very curt, are very monosyllabic. And when Daryl Sutter did that shit, at least he had a sense of humor. Warsaw just comes off like a dick, to be quite honest. And so, like, you better at least have some humor or something else there, because you just keep saying the same cliches over and over.
Third line winger. Yeah, the Sharks have about 1 million of them.
Hmm.
Lovingly put.
Oh, and Eric said, no update on Goodrow, of course, because there never is. Just like when Granlund went out, nope, there's no update. There's never an update post game. It's always we're not going to hear about Goodrow until Friday morning.
Yeah, whenever for those of you so a quick schedule update here. The Sharks play again 12:30 on Friday versus the Kraken. So we'll see
I'm
how
quite sure that there won't be any media, in the morning or anything. There might be a 5-second, talk with Warsofsky at like 10 a.m. or something. Probably won't be anything. I mean, a 12:30 start. Yeah, there's going to be nothing in the morning.
Yeah.
So it'll be game time decision bullshit.
Yeah, probably. And then the Barracuda play on Friday night versus the Abbotsford Canucks, and on Saturday night versus the Abbotsford Canucks. It's this Friday night. It's a 7 p.m. Saturday is a 6 p.m. and they're both at home. So go support the CUDA. They're really fun. Colin Graff's on a tear right now. Luca Cagnoni is awesome.
Chances are Askarov going to be in net.
And chances are you will see ASCII, which means I'm assuming what's his face is getting sent down. Not Romanov, the other guy, and I don't remember his name.
Or something.
Carrier, yeah, thank you. Also, how surprised are you that Noah Gregor didn't score in the Sharks today?
I mean, it's I'm insanely surprised. It's like he, to be quite honest, was like I don't want to say horrible because nobody saw the fucking guy, but like if you look at him on time on ice, he had the third least amount of time on ice. I mean,
yeah.
He got a minute of PK time. He got, never made it into the dot for anything, and he was even on plus minus. Got no pims, got no shots, he was a blank on the score sheet tonight. And in a world when former Sharks are, you know what it is? It's because he was a former Shark. Norris was never really a former Shark. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He was never even up for a cup of coffee. Stutzle was supposed to be Shark. I guess so. This one, yeah. If you were actually a former Shark, yeah, you were hosed. But if in some other way you had a tie to the Sharks, then congratulations. Stutzle, 3 assists. Norris, goal. Good for you.
Jerry F saying the CUDA are fun to watch this year. Last year was a challenge to watch a lot of
the fact that what is it, Flow TV or whatever the fuck
Flow
it's called?
TV, yeah.
The fact that they're making you like pay more, like you have to pay more, you get more, but you don't get the option to say, what if I just want to watch this team like the like AHL TV was beforehand?
Yeah.
At least with Flow TV that they're forcing you to do that, at least the CUDA are putting out a much more entertaining product this season.
Yeah. He's very talented, super shifty. He's gonna play he's gonna play a long time in this league, and I want to do the best I can to shut him down and limit his offensive side. All it was Tyler Clevin.
I'm assuming this is
Celebrini? Referring to Celebrini. Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming. Again, the Sens have been supposedly coming out of rebuild for like 10 years. So hopefully they're competitive when the Sharks are getting into their window, and we'll have, some fun games between these two. Any final words, final thoughts on this?
Well, we have more.
Oh.
Oh,
A player like that's gonna be making plays all night and scoring goals, and he's a heck of a player. Nice.
there you go. I mean, I just sit there and hold on, Jerry adding to the conversation. I did not know. Flow TV evidently includes ECHL and juniors. So for a hockey nerd, it's fun. So okay, I was not aware of that. I was under the in case that it was AHL only. So if they're doing, if I can watch like Wichita on there or Lake Tahoe, shit, I might have to pick that up. But anyway, it's look, it wasn't the start you wanted.
No.
It certainly it wasn't, the finish that you wanted. It was not Blackwood's greatest game with a 636 stopping 7 of 11. I mean, yeah, go get a slurp. I'm going to start calling Blackwood Slurpee if he's just going to start 7 of 11. If that's all, if that's all we're doing. But good Lord, man, this is again, you try to find the positives. The Sharks were able to try to battle back, and they did tie it. They couldn't stop that last one. They did get some interesting looks in the final few minutes. And again, they did limit a team to only 11 shots. If they had a goalie who could just on
Save
this
a
one,
puck.
if they could have just, had league average goaltending, which is, something that Ian points to a lot, like just league average and you're going to be fine.
Yeah, that's just like Martin Jones end of the year.
Again, I'm not, and Dave's saying good process over results. Yeah, I will say that. It's one of those things where you stop that one extra puck, you get that one extra goal. These are character building losses. They're going to learn from this. We're all, I think, happy with the fact that it's it's a 1-goal loss. It's another 1-goal loss. Better than back-to-back 10-goal losses. So if look, just let's see how they do with home and homes with Seattle this weekend. Seattle hasn't exactly been setting the world on fire. Let's see again if the Sharks can learn from this. Maybe if they're fortunate, Granlund returns after missing 2 games. I mean, Zetterlund did not have a point, right?
Oh no, he
did. He had an assist. So despite having his chiclets rearranged, he's still, a gamer. And again, I just want to see this team roll healthy lines for this upcoming road trip, 6-game road trip. Like if they can just try to find some sort of way to dial in the fucking Rubik's Cube where it stays the same color for 5 games.
Yeah.
Just give me that. And please put fucking Thompson in on the blue line. I beg of you, please. I don't care who you fucking pull. CC, Ruda, I don't, either one is fine. But God damn it, please put Thompson in. I don't understand why you call the guy up and don't put him
in. For those of you saying Askarov needs to come back, he will. I think again, he will once Blackwood or Vanacek get traded or get hurt. One of the two is going to happen. They're getting there. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Sharks. I don't want to jinx anything, but it feels like they're handling this rebuild well, and they're slowly now. We're at a point where we're coming out of it. Now, is it going to be this year? Absolutely not. They're still god awful, but
I think the last what is it? They show that wheel that shows you all the chances and everything, and the Sharks had literally fallen off of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you lose your first 9 games. It's hard to come out of that.
But we're looking. So let me do some quick. Let me math. You've got a loss to Vancouver by 1 goal. You have a loss to Minnesota by 3 goals. But if memory serves, no, that was the one. That was the Eklund. Like, he got called out after that game on the 7th when they lost 5-2. Since then, they lost to Philadelphia in a shootout. So 1-goal loss. Lost to New York by 1 goal. Lost to Pittsburgh in a shootout. So 1-goal loss. Lost to Dallas 5-2, but Dallas had 2 empty netters in that. So there's another. Lost in the shootout to St. Louis. So 1-goal loss. Lost to Buffalo 4-2, but Buffalo had an empty netter. So again, 1-goal loss tonight, 1-goal loss. So it's holy fuck.
Again, that 1 extra goal or 1 extra save, we're talking about a completely different team.
That's 8 losses this month. 1 goal was the difference.
Yeah. Again, the Sharks are playing better, and that's all we could have asked them from last year's Sharks. So I'm not mad about it. Again, they play again on Friday at 12:30, so we'll see how an afternoon game goes for them, and if it's another 1-goal loss, or maybe they lay it on the Kraken.
Hello.
What happened? Oh, Cat.
Yeah. Just kind of chilling here. He's like, "What
Cat,
are you doing?
what are your thoughts about this game?
What are we thinking here?
Are
pal?
we loafing? Oh.
So what are we thinking here, pal?
I'm just waiting for the views to go up now that we have a cat on stream.
This is how it works, right?
Oh, ran away.
Yeah, she's like, get me the hell. I don't want to be on camera. What am I on? Only Beans? Give me a break.
All right. Closing thoughts before we end this chaos.
Again, I want to drink my Celebrini Bellini while eating my Celebrini weenie, wearing my Celebrini beanie. And, have a good time while doing so. So let's see what happens after this game against, Black Friday game. Again, an early one. So I think, what is that? Is that Sharks after lunch, not after dark on Friday? Is that what it is?
More of like it's like an after lunch.
Yeah.
It's
sounds
like
good.
Your, mid-afternoon podcast that you want to listen to. So
and then a 6-game road trip. To me, that's going to be key.
So we'll be back on Friday night or Friday afternoon, more like it. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.